I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind. The 12 most impressive monuments of humanity around the world. Have you ever wondered how these works were built, by whom, and why? You'll be amazed by the stories and mysteries surrounding these wonders of the ancient and modern world. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, because we're about to deliver a dozen curiosities. 12. Moais, Easter Island. The Moais are gigantic stone statues scattered across Easter Island, in Chile. They were built between 1250 and 1500 by the Rapa Nui people, a Polynesian civilization that inhabited the island for about 2,000 years. The Moais have a humanoid form and represent the ancestors of the Rapa Nui, who were worshipped as deities. They were carved from volcanic rocks called tuff. The Moais were erected on stone platforms called ahu, which were located on the island's coast. They always faced inland, looking towards the villages, as if protecting the inhabitants. The statues also served as receptacles of spiritual energy that was transmitted from the ancestors to the living. The Moais are a mystery that fascinates the world. How did the Rapa Nui manage to transport and erect these enormous statues? How did they disappear, leaving only their works as witnesses? The Moais are a work of art that reveals the genius and culture of the Rapa Nui. They show their connection with nature, their reverence for their ancestors, and their ability to overcome challenges. 11. Mount Rushmore, USA. Mount Rushmore is a monument that honors 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. They represent the first 130 years of the country's history. The monument was carved into a granite mountain in South Dakota between 1927 and 1941 by artist Gutzon Borglum and his son Lincoln Borglum. Each face measures about 18 meters high and weighs more than 10,000 tons. The monument is one of the most famous tourist attractions in the United States and a symbol of American politics. Mount Rushmore was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1966 and has a chamber with panels containing historical and biographical texts. 10. Great Buddha of Leshan, China. The Great Buddha of Leshan is the largest Buddha statue carved in stone in the world. It is located in a gorge at the confluence of 3 rivers, near the city of Leshan in Sichuan Province, China. It was built during the Tang dynasty between the years 713 and 803 at the initiative of a Buddhist monk named Haitong, who wanted to calm the turbulent waters of the rivers and protect the sailors. The statue measures 71 meters high and weighs more than 200 tons. It represents Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha, sitting in a meditation position. It has a sophisticated drainage system that prevents the erosion of the stone and is one of the main tourist attractions in China. 9. Sendai Daikannon, Japan. The Sendai Daikannon is a massive statue of the goddess Kannon, located in the city of Sendai in Miyagi Prefecture. It is the tallest statue of Kannon in the world and the 6th tallest statue globally, standing at 100 meters tall. It was inaugurated in 1991 with the aim of promoting peace and prosperity. It has an elevator that takes visitors to the top, where there is an observation platform with a panoramic view of the city and its surroundings. It also contains Buddhist statues inside, representing the 33 forms of Kannon and the 108 human afflictions. It holds in its right hand a gem that grants wishes, and in its left hand a flask that pours out the water of wisdom. It is one of the main tourist attractions of Sendai and a symbol of Japanese culture and religion. 8. Jatayu, India. The Jatayu, India is a park and tourism center located in the city of Chadayamangalam in the state of Kerala, India. It features the largest bird sculpture in the world, representing Jatayu, a demigod in the form of an eagle or vulture, who appears in the epic Ramayana. According to legend, Jatayu tried to save Sita from Ravana's kidnapping, but was defeated and fell onto the rocks where the park is today. The sculpture measures 61 meters in length, 46 meters in width, and 21 meters in height. It was designed and sculpted by Rajiv Anchal, an Indian artist. It symbolizes the protection of women, honor, and safety. It houses a museum inside, which tells the history and culture of Jatayu. The park also offers adventure activities such as zip lining, rappelling, climbing, etc. Jatayu, India was inaugurated in 2018 and is one of the main tourist attractions in India. 7. Christ the Redeemer, Brazil. Christ the Redeemer is a statue of Jesus Christ that stands on top of Corcovado Hill in Rio de Janeiro. It is one of the largest statues in the world, standing 30 meters tall and 38 meters with the pedestal. It was built between 1922 and 1931, with reinforced concrete and soapstone, by Brazilians Heitor da Silva Costa and Carlos Oswald, and Frenchmen Paul Landowski and Albert Caquot. It represents the symbol of Christianity and Brazilian culture, being portrayed in films, music, and works of art. It was elected one of the 7 wonders of the modern world in 2007 and has been part of UNESCO's World Heritage since 2012. The statue is one of the main tourist spots in Brazil, receiving about 2 million visitors per year. 6. Statue of Genghis Khan, Mongolia. The statue of Genghis Khan is a tribute to the founder of the Mongol Empire, one of the greatest conquerors in history. It is located in the Tsonjin Bulldog Tourist Complex, 54 kilometers from the capital of Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar. It is the largest equestrian statue in the world, standing 40 meters tall and weighing 250 tons. It was built in 2008 with stainless steel by sculptor D. Erdenebeleg and architect J. Enkyargal. It represents Genghis Khan on his horse holding a golden whip, which according to legend, he found at the site. It has an elevator that takes visitors to the top, where there is a panoramic view of the landscape. It also contains a museum inside, which shows the life and achievements of Genghis Khan. It is one of the main tourist attractions in Mongolia and a symbol of the country's culture and history. 5. Laikyun Sekya Buddha, Myanmar. The Laikyun Sekya Buddha is a colossal statue of Gautama Buddha located in Moniwa, Myanmar. It was built between 1996 and 2008 and stands 116 meters tall, including a 13.5-meter throne. It is the 3rd tallest statue in the world. The statue gets its name from being situated on top of a hill called Laikyun Sekya, which means hill where the Buddha taught the Dhamma. It was designed by sculptor Ram V. Sutar, who based it on a traditional image of the standing Buddha. The Laikyun Sekya Buddha is a symbol of devotion, compassion, and enlightenment for Buddhists. It represents the aspect of the Buddha that teaches the truth of suffering and liberation to all beings. Next to the statue, there is another reclining statue of the Buddha, which depicts the scene of his parinirvana, that is, his last breath. The Laikyun Sekya Buddha is a work of art that surprises with its magnitude and beauty. It showcases the art and culture of Myanmar, as well as conveying a message of peace and wisdom to the world. 4. Statue of Liberty, USA. The Statue of Liberty is a monument that represents the Roman goddess of liberty, Libertas. It is located on Liberty Island in the harbor of New York, United States. It was a gift given by the French to the Americans in 1886 to celebrate the centenary of U.S. independence. It was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and engineer Gustave Eiffel. It stands 46.5 meters tall and weighs 225 tons. It holds a torch in its right hand and a tablet in its left hand. with the date of the U.S. Declaration of Independence in Roman numerals. It is an icon of freedom and democracy, as well as a symbol of welcome to immigrants. Elected one of the 7 wonders of the modern world in 2007, it is made of copper, and incredibly the real color was not, as the current one we know, but rather a reddish-brown. It is one of the main tourist attractions in New York, receiving millions of visitors per year. 3. Great Sphinx of Giza. The Great Sphinx of Giza is a limestone statue that represents a sphinx, a mythical creature with a lion's body and a human head. It is located on the Giza Plateau, on the west bank of the Nile, in Giza, Egypt. It is the largest and oldest known monumental sculpture, measuring 73.5 meters long, 19.3 meters wide, and 20.22 meters high. It was built around 2500 BC, during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, who also built the second pyramid of Giza. It represents the face of the pharaoh and the solar deity Horus. It is a symbol of Egyptian culture and religion, being revered in various epochs and dynasties. It was covered by sand for millennia, being fully discovered in 1925. It has been restored several times and is one of the main tourist attractions in Egypt. 2. The Buddha of the Spring Temple, China. The Buddha of the Spring Temple is an impressive statue of Vairocana Buddha located in Lushan County, China. It was built between 1997 and 2008 with copper, steel, and gold, and stands 128 meters tall, including a 25-meter lotus throne. The statue gets its name from being near a hot spring, which has 6 heating waters and a reputation for being healing. It symbolizes the enlightenment and wisdom of the Buddha. The lotus position represents spiritual purity, while the teaching gesture symbolizes the dissemination of Buddhist doctrine. The Buddha of the Spring Temple is a symbol of peace, harmony, and prosperity for the Chinese. It represents the aspect of the Buddha's wisdom, which enlightens all beings. Below the statue, there is a Buddhist monastery, where visitors can learn more about Buddhist culture and religion. 1. Statue of Unity, India. The Statue of Unity is a monument that honors the leader of India's independence, Vallabhbhai Patel, known as the Iron Man of India. It is located in the state of Gujarat, on the banks of the Narmada River, on an island called Sadhu Bet. The Statue of Unity is the tallest statue in the world, almost 5 times the size of Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. It is made of concrete, steel, and bronze, and weighs more than 25,000 tons. It was designed by sculptor Ram Sutar, who was inspired by a photograph of Patel wearing traditional clothes. The Statue of Unity is a symbol of unity, strength, and patriotism for Indians. It represents Patel's role in integrating the more than 500 princely states into the Indian Union, following independence from British rule. It also celebrates his contribution to the construction of the Narmada Dam, one of the largest hydroelectric works in the world. The Statue of Unity is a tourist attraction that offers various activities to visitors. The Statue of Unity is a work of art that impresses with its magnitude and meaning. It showcases the richness and diversity of Indian culture and history, and conveys a message of inspiration and courage to the world. Did you enjoy taking a look at these impressive monuments around the planet with me? Which of these left you awestruck and made you want to visit? Let me know in the comments because I'm quite curious. Thank you so much for sticking around. Help us by sharing the video and leaving a like. Subscribe and hit the bell to continue on this journey through YouTube. Thank you very much, and see you later.